which is not, which is a big, big, big mistake. Uh, so that's the sectoral access. A skill pathway. If you are elite, then you get to see. If you are not from elite institution, then slowly it reaches to you after few years. But the speed is too high. We cannot afford that. For AI, we need to do something else to keep up. Okay. So now we understand that why we kept a billion literate people in AI space from the perspective of gaps. Let's also look at some financial aspect. What does it mean financially? This is a plot created by McKinsey recently. They said about $15 trillion GDP contribution will be done by AI and AI-driven changes in the world. Okay, in just next 5 years. Okay, India's potential is $1 trillion. And there's another way to look at it. $1 trillion is 25% of our GDP. So that's a big number. And to be very true, I still think this is a conservative number if we go through the real adoption of AI. Nevertheless, so that's the economic case of AI and AI literacy at a scale why it's needed. Then we move towards advantages of India, and because I perhaps triggered a lot of thinkings that we are way behind, we need to act, and that's true, we need to, but there are certain things that really unequal to any. There's no competition in that space for us, and that's where we shine. And this is the time to capitalize on it. And those are the points where we are best positioned than any other country. And let's start with the proven skill, which we talked a bit earlier, that we have scaled certain things in a way, in a number that nobody else has done. So we know that game, okay, how to make grassroots level scaling. Demographics, that's a very, very, very important point. See, people up to the age of 18, if they see something in the world, they think this is life. This is how world is. The people who see anything in the age of 18 to 35, it's a general understanding. I do not have a scientific backing for it. Those they see something 18 to 35, they think that this is innovation. This is new innovation that has come up. The people that are in 35 to 45, 50, they are the kind of people who are somewhere in between. They think that, oh, these changes, they don't make things very nicer. The people above 55, and it's very generalistic. It's just to give a sense of how people perceive new innovations. The people above 55 generally think that this is an evil thing. This is gonna make things much difficult. It will not help. Okay. We are a economy where our people are below 35. It's a huge, huge, huge benefit. If you put a new skill there, they are more likely to learn it quickly. They have more power to learn newer things. So that's the huge advantage we have. Necessity-driven innovation. That's the frugal innovation. That is in our DNA. We live with limitations. We have seen that at our home, we see everywhere. So, and that's where we shine. So that's a great thing. While world is being struggling with huge data center need, huge electricity need, because there's interest to have really bigger models. But the beauty lies when we are able to do automations in everyday life, and they don't require bigger models. They don't require those bigger data centers. And who is champion in doing this? That's where we come in. We can really build those edge solutions. Diversity advantage. If you want to build a solution in AI, basically it's a predictor. It requires the more you show it, the more smarter it becomes. Who has more to show? We have more to show. We have more people from any. We have more sample. We have more Hindu sample. We have more all kind of sample, right? We have more people sample. So we can provide that skill, that diversity, that can really help us. Huge. Okay. So the bottom line is we should not compete on building AI models. We shall lead creating the world's most AI literate society and the world's most applied AI space. So I will conclude on this slide and then I will hand it over to one of my colleague. But what are the implications if we don't do? Okay, and it builds on the previous story mostly that unequal productivity claim gains. So those people who use, I'm sure some of you would be using AI, you would realize they can do a lot of stuff already that they were not able to do last year. Okay. So that's there. We will not be able to equalize on productivity gains. AI divide. We saw that digital divide is already there, and it's a huge factor in India that gets multiplied manyfold. Uh, and in fact, there's a good story there to give a touch. That I started this initiative AI for All Global with this very problem. I come from Bihar, and my ambition was that someday, somehow, can it be possible that MIT grade of education can be available to people in Bihar? And with the help of AI, with the help of various possibilities, in interest of time, I'll not go there. Uh, that is possible. We can do that. Misinformation and harmful use. That's a big one. Uh, so this is an unseen but a very dangerous topic, which can lead any society to chaos, which can take down any government. And there are examples, but this is not a political session, so I will not go there. uh, Missed development opportunities. Of course, India fails to harness the AI's full potential if it does not go there. So the bottom line is, it's not about losing job learning AI. It's really that we will miss opportunity. This is once in a lifetime opportunity uh, where intelligence that was available to elite is available to everyone. Okay. And we have the opportunity to change the status quo. We have the opportunity to take a position of Viksit Bharat. With that, I will hand it over to my colleague Lakshmi Mishra. She will explain uh, what AI literacy actually is and what AI literacy do we need now that we know that we do need. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. And I know this is being broadcasted as well. So, hi to all our online audience as well. I'm Lakshmi Mishra, and we have a good context. We know why we need AI literacy. And I'm just going to take you through a very interesting thing. I'm an engineer, so I love architectures. So, let's see how can we achieve AI literacy at the scale at which we are for India, right? So, let's first understand the definition of AI literacy. So it is a technical knowledge, a durable skill, and future-ready attitudes, right? AI first mindset. And not be scared. Like, we don't have to be scared. We have to take an AI first mindset. And I think with that, AI literacy is required for everybody in the society, not just for the top people or who are building the AI, but for the commoners. If everybody is a user at the end of the day, if you assume yourself as a user or consumer of AI, you need that kind of understanding. And imagine going to the top of the pyramid, which are the builders. So we need every level AI literacy. So it enables learners to engage, manage, design, and of course, create. Okay, I'll go deeper, and in the interest of time, I'm speeding up because we have a lot to cover still, and we are just on the top of the iceberg. So Universal AI Literacy Framework, this one we have derived. AI for All Global has derived this based on research, and the grounding is on OECD and European Commission research. So it takes a lot from there, but we have tried to expand this to do AI literacy for all. How do we achieve that? And I would say that many of you are probably coming from different backgrounds. So this framework is very simple. You can think, if you're an educator, you can apply this when you're thinking about building your course or curriculum for your target audience. If you are yourself somebody who is keen or who is now AI enthusiast, it's a very popular word. So you want to upskill yourself, I think this framework allows you to do that as well, right? So it is persona driven, and it allows you a lot of flexibility. So it's a common knowledge. It is foundation for anybody who is thinking about AI literacy. Okay, so let's dive deeper. No, I think there's one more slide. Why we need a framework and not a course? Many of us, I mean, at least 20 years back, right, it was like do one course and you are all good, right? But I think with AI, we believe it is not true. We don't need a course. We are talking about a fundamental shift here, right? And for that to happen, imagine how our earlier systems used to work, right? They were very tool-centric. They were mostly delivered for tech professionals and delivered in English. We don't need that anymore. We don't need a course. We don't need one-time certifications. That won't help us. It is continuous learning. I think we have been hearing this word, continuous learning. That is good. At least I believe India is a great knowledge center, right? So we believe in continuous learning, and that is the same mindset which this framework also emphasizes. So it talks about capability, okay? It is continuous process, it is role-based, and it is for everyone. Does it make sense, right? So we have to focus on how to judge as a commoner, how to judge when AI is in front of you, how to use it. And people who are into policy making, they have to understand how to govern AI, how to build those guardrails when they're building it, right? And why does this matter? So let's talk about a real gap to understand this better. So India ranks number, 1 when it comes to Gen AI courses on Coursera, for example. This data is from Coursera. Number 1. But when it came to the skills proficiency, we stand at 89th rank out of 109 countries, right? So there's a huge difference in attending the courses versus having the skills to literally go and use it in your daily life. With that, let's understand the framework better. There are 4 interconnected dimensions that we see here, and it is built on domains, competencies, and personas. Very, very simple words, right? You can just remember these 4 words. So domains, competencies, personas, and proficiency. So let's dive deeper into all of these. Together, these 4 dimensions actually let us keep a universal standard while adapting learning for different people and different roles, depending upon from where they're coming from. I'm going to deep dive into domains and connect this domains. 4 pillars are there to all the 3 other dimensions that you're seeing here. Okay, sorry. Let's go forward. I think this is a very simple architecture, 4 pillars, and as you can see, the way they are structured, they are going higher in order, but they all are critical. You can't skip one over other. Engage is fundamental. It is about how does AI affect me, okay? Coming to create, it is about application, using it in or adapting it in your daily workflows. Third is about manage. So this is very particular. I think it's more about people who are in the role of managing, who are deciding the goals, who are adopting like digital adoption, who are making decisions for the company or for country, for example. So for them, it is definitely an important pillar. Designing is for people who are on the top of the hierarchy. They are technical people. They are innovating. They are the one who are developing. So how do you build AI, right? So 4 distinct capabilities areas that progress from foundational awareness to technical leadership, if you see here. So these 4 domains help us move beyond the tool training to actual readiness. So let's go deeper. Like I said, we'll go deeper to understand what does engage mean, all these pillars. So when we are talking about engage with AI, right, it is about 4 competencies. First, are you understanding that how AI systems are appearing in your daily life? That is AI awareness. Are you able to assess the reliability of the things that you're seeing, right? How do you trust? What are the biases that are coming into play? Third is about understanding the privacy aspect of it. You know, we share a lot of data, we share a lot of things. So are we aware as an end user when we are engaging with these AI systems that privacy, security, and a lot of misinformation is with AI, I would say. I mean, there is a darker side also. So if you think about that, there's a lot of misinformation possible. What is the societal impact? Are we understanding that aspect? So policy, equity implications, right? The digital divide, that what about the AI division that is going to be coming up very soon, right? So let's talk about the demonetization example, right? I mean, when UPI, or remember demonetization in 2016? I think we all moved so quickly towards the digital adoption or digital currency. And UPI, I mean, it's a great example of how digital adoption scaled in India. And we believe that AI literacy can too, if we treat it like a foundation. UPI is like, I think, everywhere, right? So the similar approach, if we can think, build towards AI, that is how it will become a universal foundation. Let's understand how it behaves when we go to create with AI. I think this is where I think Prabhat was focusing, right? I mean, create with AI is very important pillar for us to be able to scale on the AI literacy part. So create is about AI, using AI effectively in our everyday affairs. So think about prompt engineering. Everybody uses it. It is a simple, plain English. The better you are in writing those, the better results you get back from the AI systems. So how do you use this effectively? Second is apply AI tools for domain tasks based on your domain. If you are a healthcare worker, do you understand that how will I use this for my use cases or scenarios? So if you understand that, I think you are in the create. So that's where it falls. Are you able to verify, refine, and validate the outputs that you get from when you have created with AI, right? Fourth and very important, how do you embed? I think AI is going to disrupt our traditional workflows. It is already. You know, the way, I mean, when Google came, I think Google Map, very simple example, how many of us now remember the pathway to go back home? Or, I mean, any places, right? Anything you just put on the Google and you know. So it is going to literally disrupt our workflows. So do we understand that? So this keeps the focus on practical capabilities, and that is where I think we have huge potential, not just knowing the tool, but using it well, checking on the outcomes and embedding it back into your workflows. So let's understand the third, which is manage, because that is essential. We are giving a powerful tool in hand of everyone. How do you govern and manage? I think India is still working on a AI policy for India. Don't have yet in place. So you can understand it is not easy how to manage it. So manage is for governance and strategy, that what organizations and leaders must do to adopt AI responsibly. 4 competencies, so align it with your organization goals, establish policies and standards, and accountability, right? You just can't give it away. How do you make sure that you have put guardrails and terms and conditions so that you have things in place? Change is not going to be easy. It's going to disrupt things. It will make you uncomfortable. Change is always uncomfortable, right? So people will resist. So how do you address the resistance and also make the AI adoption easier for people? So how do we reduce that friction? Lastly, very important is AI-related risk which are involved. So it's an important role by the manage pillar to put all these things in place. Now the last, I think, is very important, which is design. We want more and more innovation in that space. I think this pillar is very interesting, which is based on design with AI. So the key competencies here, if you are designing a curriculum for somebody who is at the top of the stack, which is the technical leadership, they should be very clear on the AI ML concepts which are going in, understanding the architecture, data management, how are we collecting the data, right? I mean, we talked about samples. Yes, India has a lot of samples, but I have been talking to somebody in healthcare, like data is there, but it is all still not digitized, right? So how do you adopt them into your AI ML models, right? Very difficult. Pre-processing, making sure that the quality is good, right? There's no biases. Training them, testing them, and then optimizing them, because we don't want to use a model of higher grade for a lower order work, right? So you have, because it is all related to your money, your costing, your energy dissipation and whatnot. So how do you, select your models? Deployment and monitoring is most important. Evaluating your, for example, agents. We are building agents. Are we able to evaluate them well? Then production systems. How do you bring into the production? And then performance tracking. Continuously, all these agents with the reinforcement learning, we know that they are evolving. They are getting better at understanding. When you engage with any AI system, you would have noticed that the more you engage, the more it understands you. There's one, I think, very viral thing like ChatGPT. You ask ChatGPT based on your persona, and it gives your understanding. It creates your image, what it understands because of your interaction with, right? So all these things are becoming and changing very fast. The models are evolving very fast. So the role of design AI with AI is very important. So these are the people on the top of your pyramid. So let's understand how can we, personalize this learning using this framework. I talked about the 4 pillars, which is engage, create, manage, and build, or right, or design. So how the framework personalizes these 4 pillars we just touched upon. To personalize this, you have to understand that there are different personas, which is different personalities, different learner archetypes, and then what are their domains, so that the pathway, the learning pathway, should be role relevant. You don't want to teach somebody end-to-end everything. Based on my requirement, based on my role, give me the knowledge. That is how we have to package it, right? For healthcare workers, imagine for K2 school, what should be the curriculum? So based on that, the same framework can be personalized for different personas. So step 1 is identify your learner. Step 2, determine their primary domains. Step 3 would be each domain requires 4 competencies to develop. What are those? Based on domain, you need to be able to break it down. And then the 4th and final is progress through the proficiency skills. It will not happen at the first stage. It will go level by level. So here are some examples like citizen and end users. What are we? Like engage. We are at the engage pillar, right? I think nobody can skip that pillar. Engage is for everyone, even for builders. They have to first understand the use cases, and then only they can build, right? So engage is for everyone. For business leaders, it is manage and create. They are deciding the organization goals, and they are somebody who has to take a lot of decisions. They need to bring those AI into the daily workflows or AI first mindset. So they are the people whose curriculum should be basically manage and create. Think about policymakers. Of course, manage and engage. They should be understanding these AI tools. If you can't be managing something you don't even understand. So engage is fundamental. Technical professionals, I think engage I have not, you don't see here, but I think they are also end users. So they fall into the first bucket as well. So design and create, because these are people, developers, data scientists, or the AI engineers. So when we apply proficiency level, which is aware, which is kind of engage, then you are building the capabilities, and then you are achieving fluency, which is the fluent. Okay, so same competencies, but you go in different depth depending upon for which persona you are creating the content. So the different programs has to be created based on all these parameters or 4 dimensions in mind. With that, I would like to close that the core idea here, your takeaway is the universal AI literacy framework is universal in nature. It's a foundation. It is tailored by persona and captured by proficiency, which will enable AI literacy to scale to 1 billion that we are thinking about. And I think if we are able to do population-wide AI literacy, it's a great example that we create for the whole world. Many countries need this, and I think they look up to India. And I think that's why AI India Summit is happening here, right? So with that, I will pass it on to my colleague, Saurabh, who has more things to say.
Uh, yeah. Okay. So, how to scale to a billion people? That's what most of the things are already covered. So it may look or it may sound that we are being repetitive. Uh, and this is something on which we have already delivered. We have shown things, right, to the world which nobody was able to do, and because they didn't have that scope as well. Nobody has 1 billion population, right, except one country. So that is our advantage, and with advantage we also have lot of responsibilities, because we don't want to scale just for the sake of, right, checking check boxes. We don't want to do that. We want to have a quality, because the most important thing which comes with AI is not just the speed, it eliminates mediocre outcomes. What we see today, or in the beginning stages of AI, we make fun of AI giving us mediocre outputs, right? But eventually it is getting trained, right? Gradually it is getting trained, and with time it is improving. We can see that improvement, and that is the challenge it is giving us. Whether we'll be able to improve ourselves at the same speed at which AI is doing, right? The problem here is the mindset. So who will or what will differentiate a good output of AI from a bad output? Anyone can do it, but who is willing to take action? Once you see there is a bad output coming, but you have a deadline, within 5 minutes you have to submit. If you are in a mindset of right, just manage deadlines, don't worry about the quality, you will automate 100% of your work to AI, right? And that's what we see. So mindset is important, not just the scale. And for that scale, if we want to do that scaling, we don't have to blindly, right, blindly give AI courses to everyone. We have to go this way, where we say, first identify the force multipliers. Who can do it? Now AI is a tool, or AI tools are there. You can take it as a tool, as your helping hand. But without domain expertise, you won't be able to utilize it completely. If you want to utilize it completely, if you want to utilize it efficiently, if you want to utilize it, and if you want to scale with good quality, you will have to have those people who are their own domain experts. Ask them to be your brand ambassadors, to be your torch bearers, right, for this drive, which is AI literacy. So what we see is we have around 10 million teachers in India. So if we target them first, not target them all, because we know what quality we have, right? So identify the quality. Quality should involve the mindset. People who not only know their domain, but they are passionate about that domain, who want to adopt AI and let people use AI, right? So identify those teachers and all, and then their students or their mentees, they can actually go and multiply this. So that is the main thing. And apart from teachers, it has to come from all the all directions. For example, government officials. So already government is pushing, right? It should be pushed, as well as it should be adopted by the officials. Then we have at workforce. I know many companies, they are actually making it compulsory for the people to use AI. Mention that we have used AI, so that they are aware of what result we are getting and how it is working. It doesn't it's not like they don't know AI and they are trying to literate them, but to know about AI and how it is going to impact them in future is something which is an essential part of AI literacy. So that is also important. And again, CSRs, non-profit organizations, they are also very, very important. Another important aspect here is that these things should be done in local languages. So people who are doing it in local language, they'll reach. Yep. Okay. So we have around 5 principles on which we want to scale. Most of them are already mentioned. If you want to scale, make these courses or whatever we are providing, right? These should be very, very short. Okay. Very short. It should not be a one semester course. We are not looking for that. People are very busy. We know how we have come here, right? We have, it's a working week. So people are very busy. It should be role based. Role based means already described. If I am an IT engineer, don't teach me how to use AI in growing mangoes. It doesn't work for me. I will not have time to do that. Next is, again, mentioned earlier, local languages. AI should be used to train AI or to train people about AI. You use AI because whatever we have asked for, right, those things are very, very easily doable by AI, right? And another important thing is judgment. You should put more stress on judgment than learning how to use tools. This is something which we have discussed earlier as well. Mindset. That should be our outcome. We have to decide what is good, what is bad, what is correct, what is wrong. So that judgment is the main thing which we have to teach, not the tools. This is a small roadmap. It's 7 years. You can achieve in 3 years. If you are dedicated, you can achieve in 10 years if you are not. Foundation, where we train the trainers. Then acceleration, you in just, right, you make 15 times the target. And then we have saturation, but saturation doesn't mean that we are done with AI literacy. It is a continuous process. You have to evolve yourself. AI is also evolving that. That's from where we started, right? Our competition is not what AI can do. Our competition is how fast AI can improve itself. That is the main competition. So government sector, educators, workforce, CSR and foundation, they are all the important stakeholders in this. There are multiple pitfalls. We should be aware of that. I'll try to touch only the second one. I think most of these are already covered. Second one is about wait for perfect curriculum. You should not. We have suffered a lot due to that, right? Because the perfect AI itself is not perfect. And to say that we'll build something perfect curriculum for an imperfect tool, it doesn't make any sense. You have to be fast, you have to be open for feedback, and then learn again. That's how AI does. We want to beat AI, we want to use AI, beat AI, whatever is your goal, you have to learn the way AI learns, right? I think most of the topics are already covered. Old metrics and new star. Old metrics is certification. We are no more interested in that. Certification is good, but I'll have a very good evaluator made out of AI itself, right? Which can check whether you are good or not. I don't need your certificates now. Okay, so that is very important thing. So these matrices are no more important. Quality, quality and quality. That's what we want. And it's a very good opportunity for us to deliver quality, to convert our mediocre, don't take it wrong, but majority of our workforce is mediocre. So to convert that to a quality workforce, this is a golden opportunity for us. And AI literacy will be able to do that. And if we plan it properly, if we implement it properly and honestly, we will make it. It's not difficult, it's our opportunity. That's all.
Okay, can I have just one or two slides to complete as call to action? Okay, we'll make it very quick. No? Okay. Okay, perfect. Then let's close it with that. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
We may not we
Go.
may not